evening, and I now request Srimati Amita Paul, Secretary to the Honorable President, to welcome this august gathering and conduct the proceedings of the book release. Srimati Amita Paul.
Honorable President Sir, Honorable President-elect, Honorable Vice President, Honorable Prime Minister, members of the Council of Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On the eve of the conclusion of the 13th Presidency, it is my proud privilege to welcome you all to this evening's celebrations, which consist of presentation of 3 reports and release of 2 books, followed by a cultural program and a banquet. 5 years ago, when President Mukherjee assumed charge, he had shared his vision for Rashtrapati Bhavan with us. He said, "On the eve of the conclusion of the 13th Presidency, it is my proud privilege to welcome you all to this evening's celebrations, which consist of presentation of 3 reports and release of 2 books, followed by a cultural program and a banquet." 5 years ago, when President Mukherjee assumed charge, he had shared his vision for Rashtrapati Bhavan with us. He said, "Rashtrapati Bhavan belongs to the people of India, and they should be able to enjoy this magnificent building and experience its rich legacy." He directed us to convert Rashtrapati Bhavan into a 4H township: humane, heritage, high-tech, and happy, and ensure that all our actions and initiatives lead to harmony, happiness, and well-being of the residents. Under his wise and proactive leadership, we brought history alive through the creation of a world-class museum complex and restoration of 65 heritage buildings in the estate. We retrofitted Ashiana at Dehradun and renovated the retreat at Shimla and Rashtrapati Nilayam at Sikandrabad. We completed a 13-volume documentation project covering all aspects of cultural, historical, and social legacy of Rashtrapati Bhavan. Over 130 rare books were restored, 34,000 books e-catalogued, and 8.4 lakh old photographs digitized. Ladies and gentlemen, we planted over 17,000 trees to enhance the green cover. We constructed a sewage treatment plant with 2 million liter per day capacity to water our plants. We developed a wetland to attract rare birds and other fauna. At the last count, we had over 111 species of birds as co-residents and visitors. We brought together all 5 alternative systems of medicine and physiotherapy in the form of fusion therapy in the Ayush Wellness Center. The President's Estate Clinic was upgraded with new diagnostic and investigation equipment. The 4S initiative of Samagam, Sanskar, Sanskriti, and Sparsh was launched for holistic development of children, the differently abled, and the elderly. The RP Sarvodaya Vidyalaya in the estate was converted into a green and smart model school. The Shakti Heart was set up to promote women's self-help groups. We provided skill upgradation and fresh training to 1,700 residents of the Rashtrapati Bhavan in the last 4 years. We turned digital in our day-to-day functioning through various e-governance initiatives. We became a financially inclusive township in December 2014 and a smart township in May 2016. Smart Gram initiative took wings in July 2016 to cover 5 villages in a neighboring state.
Ladies and gentlemen, we celebrated creativity and innovation through the Festival of Innovation and in-residence programs. We worked on raising the quality of higher education through the visitors' conferences. We extended the outreach of Rashtrapati Bhavan through governors' conferences and presidents' addresses through video conferencing. We developed and maintained a strong presence on social media. We enjoyed playing host to over 3 million people who visited Rashtrapati Bhavan and its gardens during the last 5 years. It is with a great sense of satisfaction and fulfillment that we get ready to sign off tomorrow. As the 13th presidency comes to a close, it is now time to pass on the baton to the 14th presidency. We are confident that they will further build upon the work we have done. We wish them well. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you once again to this evening's function. We now come to the presentation of 3 reports and release of 2 books. The first report, Health Status and Age Assessment of the Trees of Rashtrapati Bhavan, has been prepared at the behest of the President, who during his morning walks noticed a number of old trees and asked us about the age of these trees. Forest Research Institution, Dehradun, was requested to undertake a research project to determine the age and status of health of these trees. To our utter delight, we found that one tree in the campus is 225 years old. I invite on stage Dr. Savita, Director, Forest Research Institution, Dehradun, to present this report to the Honorable President. Dr. Savita. Thank you, Dr. Savita. For conservation of heritage, we had commissioned INTAC in January 2013 to draw up a comprehensive conservation and management plan, including structural assessment of the main building through 3D mapping. INTAC submitted the first report in June 2013. Now we have the second report, which runs into 7 volumes, which gives us a clear roadmap on how to preserve and maintain the main building for the next 50 years. To present the CCMP Phase 2 report to the President, I call on stage Dr. A.G.K. Menon and Ms. Swapna Liddle from INTAC. We have only one report being presented because the others are very heavy and voluminous. Thank you, Professor Menon. INTAC, in its first report, had identified 65 heritage buildings that required restoration. In addition, we undertook a number of new projects. I requested Dr. Thomas Matthew, Additional Secretary to the President, to document our effort. The result is the report, Conserving and Upgrading of the President's Estate, Select Projects. The Mukherjee years 2012-2017. I request Dr. Matthew to present the report to the President. Now we come to the book release part of the function. 3 volumes of speeches of President Mukherjee have been published so far. The 4th volume covers selected speeches delivered by the President during the last 2 years. I invite the Honorable Prime Minister to release the book, Selected Speeches of the President, 4th volume, and present its first copy to the Honorable President. I call upon Dr. Sadhana Rao, Director General Publications Division, Ministry of INB, to kindly come up and facilitate. President Mukherjee worked hard to make innovation into a movement. He engaged with the institutions of higher learning, industry associations, and policymakers to recognize and promote grassroots innovations. Professor Anil K. Gupta and his team from the National Innovation Foundation have brought together his efforts in the form of a book titled The Innovation President. May I request the Honorable Vice President to release the book, The Innovation President, and present its first copy to the Honorable President. I request Professor Mashelkar, Professor Anil Gupta, Dr. Vipin Kumar to come up on the stage and facilitate the release. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the proud privilege to request the Honorable Prime Minister to address this august gathering. Honorable Prime Minister, sir.
आदरणीय राष्ट्रपति महोदय श्रीमान प्रणब मुखर्जी जी, नवनिर्वाचित राष्ट्रपति महोदय श्रीमान रामनाथ कोविंद जी, आदरणीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी, उपस्थित सभी आदरणीय महानुभाव, मिश्र भावनाओं से भरा हुआ ये पल है। प्रणबदा के कार्यकाल का ये राष्ट्रपति भवन का आखिरी दिन है। एक प्रकार से इस समारोह में जब मैं खड़ा हुआ हूं तो ढेर सारी स्मृतियां उजागर होना बहुत स्वाभाविक है। उनका व्यक्तित्व, उनका कर्तृत्व, इससे हम भली भांति परिचित हैं। लेकिन मनुष्य का एक स्वाभाविक स्वभाव रहता है और सहज भी है कि वे अपने भूतकाल के साथ वर्तमान का आकलन करने के मोह से बच नहीं सकता है। हर घटना को, हर निर्णय को, हर इनिशिएटिव को अपने जीवन के कार्यकाल से के साथ तुलना करना बड़ा स्वाभाविक होता है। मेरे 3 साल के अनुभव में मेरे लिए बड़ा अचरज था कि इतने साल तक सरकारों में रहे, सरकारों के निर्णायक पदों पर रहे, लेकिन वर्तमान सरकार के किसी निर्णय को उन्होंने अपने उन भूतकाल के साथ न कभी तराजू से तोला, न कभी उसका उस रूप में मूल्यांकन किया। हर बात का उन्होंने वर्तमान के संदर्भ में ही मूल्यांकन किया। मैं समझता हूं ये एक बहुत बड़ी उनकी पहचान है। सरकार कई इनिशिएटिव लेती थी और मेरा ये सद्नसीब रहा कि मुझे हर पल उनसे मिलने का अवसर मिलता था, खुल करके बात करने का मौका मिलता था और बड़े ध्यान से हर चीज वो सुनते भी थे। कहीं सुधार की जरूरत होती तो सुझाव देते थे, ज्यादातर प्रोत्साहन देते थे। यानी एक गार्डियन के रूप में, एक फादरली फिगर के रूप में राष्ट्रपति की भूमिका क्या होती है, उसको कायदा कानून से, दायरे से कहीं ऊपर अपनत्व से, प्यार से और इस पूरे राष्ट्र जीवन के परिवार के मुखिया के रूप में जिस प्रकार का उनका मार्गदर्शन रहता था, मुझ जैसे नए व्यक्ति को, जिसके पास इस स्तर का कोई अनुभव नहीं था, मैं एक राज्य में काम करके आया था, ये उन्हीं का कारण था कि मुझे चीजें समझने में, निर्णय करने में उनकी बहुत मदद रही और उसी के कारण कई महत्वपूर्ण काम पिछले 3 साल में हम कर पाए। ज्ञान का भंडार, सहजता, सरलता, ये चीजें किसी भी व्यक्ति को आकर्षित करती हैं। लेकिन हम दोनों का लालन पालन अलग विचारधारा में हुआ, अलग कार्य संस्कृति में हुआ। अनुभव में भी मेरे और उनके बीच में बहुत बड़ा फासला है, लेकिन मुझे कभी ये उन्होंने फील नहीं होने दिया। और वो एक बात कहते हैं कि भाई देखिए, मैं राष्ट्रपति जब बना तब बना, आज राष्ट्रपति हूं, लेकिन लोकतंत्र कहता है कि देश की जनता ने तुम पर भरोसा किया है, तुम्हारा दायित्व है और मेरा काम है कि तुम इस काम को अच्छे ढंग से करो। राष्ट्रपति पद, राष्ट्रपति भवन और प्रणब मुखर्जी स्वयं उसके लिए जो भी कर सकते हैं करेंगे। ये अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा संबल था, एक बहुत बड़ा संबल था। और इसलिए मैं राष्ट्रपति जी का हृदय से बहुत आभारी हूं और मुझे विश्वास है कि उन्होंने इतनी बड़े दायित्व में मेरा मोल्डिंग में जो रोल किया है, वो मुझे आने वाले जीवन में बहुत काम आने वाला है। उनकी हर बात मेरे जीवन में एक पथ प्रदर्शक के रूप में रहेगी, ऐसा मैं खुद फील करता हूं। और शायद जिन जिन लोगों ने उनके साथ काम किया, उन सबको ये सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ होगा। मेरे लिए एक बहुत बड़ी अमानत है, जो अमानत मेरी व्यक्तिगत बहुत बड़ी पूंजी है और इसके लिए भी मैं उनका बड़ा आभारी हूं। आज यहां कई रिपोर्ट्स वगैरह सबमिट किए गए। राष्ट्रपति भवन को लोक भवन बनाना ये इसलिए संभव हुआ कि प्रणवदा धरती से जुड़े हुए, जनता के बीच से उभरे हुए, उन्हीं के बीच में रह करके अपना राजनीतिक यात्रा करने के कारण लोक शक्ति क्या होती है, लोक भावनाएं क्या होती हैं, उसको उन्हें किताबें में पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं थी। उसको अनुभव भी करते थे और उसको लागू करने का भी प्रयास करते थे। उसी का कारण था कि भारत का राष्ट्रपति भवन लोक भवन बन गया। जनता जनार्दन के लिए एक प्रकार से इसके द्वार खुल गए। स्वयं इतिहास के विद्यार्थी रहे और मैंने देखा है कि इतिहास की हर घटना उनकी उंगलियां पर होती है। कभी विषय निकालो तो डेट वाइज बता देते हैं, लेकिन वो ज्ञान को, इतिहास के महात्म्य को आगे कैसे ले जाया जाए, और ये राष्ट्रपति भवन में जिस प्रकार से अभी अमिता जी पूरा रिपोर्ट दे रही थी, बहुत बड़ा इतिहास के लिए अमूल्य खजाना तैयार हुआ है उनके कार्यकाल में। और मैं कह सकता हूं कि यहाँ के पेड़ हो, पंखी हो, पत्थर हो, हर किसी के लिए कुछ न कुछ इतिहास है, हर किसी की अपनी विशेषता है, और वो सारी किताबों में अब उपलब्ध है। ये बहुत बड़ा काम यहाँ हुआ है और मैं इसके लिए उनके और उनकी पूरी टीम को हृदय से बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ। मैं फिर एक बार प्रणबदा को लंबी आयु के लिए शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ और उनका उतना लंबा तवज्जो, लंबा अनुभव, उनकी नई इनिंग में भी मुझ जैसे लोगों को व्यक्तिगत रूप से और देश को स्वाभाविक रूप से हमेशा से उपकारक होता रहेगा, ये मेरे विश्वास है। फिर एक बार मैं बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाओं के साथ आप सबका धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, sir. May I now request the Honorable Vice President to address this August gathering. Honorable Vice President, sir.
Respected Rashtrapati Ji, Honorable President-elect Govind Ji, Pradhan Mantri Ji, and friends. This is a unique occasion. The head of state, the President of the Republic, has invited us here not only to have the record of his presidency be made public to the extent that it is not known, but also the occasion highlights the sheer diversity of his interests, from conservation to heritage to innovation and so many other things. And in each of these, Pranabda has not only taken intense interest but generated interest, galvanized interest, propelled people, not only people around him, but people around the country, to do something more than what had been done in the routine course. One of the volumes which has been released this evening on innovation was a matter of particular interest to him. And it is not surprising that someone who has seen Indian public life over several decades, that this should have attracted his attention. As a people, I dare say to this audience, we are better at imitation than innovation. We do take hasty steps occasionally, and the word used for it in northern Indian slang is jugaad. But the transition from jugaad to systematic innovation is few and far in between. And the best evidence for this is the Global Innovation Index, in which we, the second largest population in the world, we rank very low. So Rashtrapati Ji's interest in galvanizing focus on innovation, his interest in talking about it in places of learning and research was not only timely, but it was something that I hope will produce desirable results in the coming years. Today, as we say goodbye to Rashtrapati Ji, I join all others in felicitating him on completing his tenure as President of the Republic and wishing him health and happiness and many, many long years of life in the service of the country. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Vice President, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud privilege to request the Honorable President to address this august gathering. Honorable President, sir.
Good evening. Sri Ramnath Kovind, President-elect, Sri Mohammad Hamid Ansari, Vice President, Sri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, members of the Union Council of Ministers, Honorable Speaker, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Just on the eve of stepping down from office, I am simply overwhelmed by a feeling of gratitude towards the people of this great country. I am humbled by the kindness and affection bestowed on me. I have always believed that I am receiving much more from the people of this country than I have been able to give them. I congratulate and extend a very warm welcome to Sri Ramnath Kovind, the President-to-be. Wish him all success and happiness and comfortable stay in Rashtrapati Bhavan. I also welcome Mrs. Kovind on this occasion. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, 5 years ago when I took oath of the office of President of 13th President of Republic, I promised on oath in the name of God to preserve, protect and defend our Constitution as established by law, not just in words but also in spirit. Each day of these 5 years, I was conscious of my responsibility. I learned from my travels across the length and breadth of the country. I learned from my conversation and engagement with the young and bright minds in colleges and universities, scientists, innovators, scholars, jurists, authors, artists, and leaders from across the spectrum. These interactions kept me focused and inspired. I strove hard. How successful I was in discharging my responsibilities will be judged over the time under the lens of history. Yesterday, I bade farewell to the great institution of Parliament. Thanks to Honourable Chairman and Honourable Speaker, who organized a magnificent program for me to say goodbye to Parliament on the occasion of termination of my 48 years connection with this great institution and temple of democracy. For the past 50 years of my public life, my sacred text has been the Constitution of India. My temple has been the Parliament of India. My passion has been the service of the people. During my 5 years in Rashtrapati Bhavan, we also tried to build a human and happy township within Parliament House, within Presidential House. We found happiness that is associated with joy and pride, smiling and laughter, good health, feeling of safety and positive actions. We learned to wear a smile, always, to laugh at life, to connect with nature and get involved with the community. And then we extended our experience to a few villages in our neighborhood. The journey continues. As I get ready to leave, let me repeat what I said in my first address to the nation on the eve of Independence Day 2012. And I repeat, words cannot adequately express my gratitude to the people and their representatives for the honor of this high office, even as I am deeply conscious of the fact that highest honor in our democracy does not lie in any office, but in being a citizen of India, our motherland. We are all equal children before our mother, and India asks each one of us, in whatever role we may play in the complex drama of this nation building, to do our duty with integrity, commitment, and unflinching loyalty to the values enshrined in constitutions and which have been formulated by great seers thousands of years ago. I am deeply touched by Prime Minister's observation when he said that the work will continue, government will support, and I have no doubt the President, who is going to be shown tomorrow, will look after this. Therefore, myself and my team, Secretary to the President, Additional Secretary to the President, and all the others, including the National Innovation Council, from whom I have received utmost cooperation in the last years, we will feel happy, we will feel secured and assured. Ladies and gentlemen, when I speak out tomorrow, not as President, but as citizen, a pilgrim like all of you in India's onward march towards glory. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable President, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have come to the last event of this book release ceremony, the vote of thanks, which I would now propose with your permission. Honorable President, sir, Honorable President-elect, sir, Honorable Vice President, sir, Honorable Prime Minister, sir, Honorable former President, Honorable Speaker Lok Sabha, Honorable members of the Union Council, ladies and gentlemen.